Hey y'all, I'm back. We're gonna do a playing with pretties today. I have some appliques, vintage and antique appliques to share with y'all today. This is probably one of my very first little fabric covered boxes, and it is old and tattered and beautiful. It's my favorite one. The images that I took and have put on my blog, I've even gotten up real close and shown it because there's little blue flowers and pink flowers trailing around in here. And it's just so sweet. I hope the camera will pick that up. It's kind of hard, of course, when you're working with a camera and lighting and stuff like that to get things exact. And I have that problem, but I really hope y'all are able to see that. I'm going to bring it up a little bit and hope that my camera will focus on it and show it to you real quick. This is a half circle, and it's made possibly in France. I don't know that it is a French box, but it does follow it's very similar to some that I have seen that are from France. Now, here's the original colors. The inside has stayed pristine over the years. Isn't that sweet? So bright. And yet, how can we not love the vintage look too? So I'm going to show you my little treasure box here. Oh, real quick while I'm thinking about it. The boxes that I see sometimes on Pinterest, I have learned that the fabric covered boxes are called cartonnage. Now, don't kick me if I've mispronounced a French word. I've never used it before, and unless I'm talking about these boxes, I probably won't ever say it out loud. Just to y'all. My husband would have no clue what that was. But I look it up on Pinterest under cartonnage. Cartonnage, I believe is the right spelling. So let's look at the stuff I have in here. I, of course, had to bring out some gorgeous pearls because I love pearls and lace together. These are some examples I have of my better pearls. I got these from a dear sweet lady that my husband and I met at an antique shop along the Mississippi River, and I can't remember the name of the town. Oh dear. I'll look it up and try to remember to put that below. But aren't these exquisite examples of gorgeous, gorgeous pearls? Pardon me. My little collection here has a number of examples. Some I just got. For example, this one. It was in a box of laces that I got. And the best way I've found to actually show them is on something darker than they are. So I'm going to show them like this. I don't know what they're called. They're each very different, but many of them are embroidered. If you remember when we were kids, embroidery was something that our mothers and grandmothers did. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it because you had to be so careful where the threads went. And you covered a circle or a square or whatever it was with thread. And it was pretty and colorful and all that, but that's kind of boring for some reason to me. So I didn't like it. And yet that's what laces are made of. So I'm surprised that years later I find out that it's embroidered laces. This one's a cutwork piece where a base of fabric, as you'll see, down in here, there's a base, is embroidered. All these little circles right in here have embroidery thread around them in a stitch. That's probably a little blanket stitch right there. This is a satin stitch. And possibly even some cording underneath some of those stitches to make them rise like that. And then it's cut out without clipping the threads. You have to be very careful. And so it's referred to as cut work. So just that one I happen to know a little about. This is a gorgeous embroidered piece. Let me lay it down here. It should be pressed, but I didn't do that. I hate ironing, so I'm not going to do that. That's one of my favorites. And I think I have more. There they are. More than one of those. These are the things that I love. Oops, I just now noticed there was that on there. I love stuff like that. It thrills my heart when I see such beauty. And I just can't imagine making such a beautiful thing. Can you? My eyesight would be gone. And so that's why I love and cherish these little pieces. They don't go very far from me. They stay in my special box on my desk. So there's those. These little pieces, don't know what they are. Don't recognize it enough to know. And can't really tell what's the front and back. I bet that's the front there. This one is just a little crocheted flower, but I've been seeing on a number of listings that anything that has a raised piece in it of the crocheted flowers and stuff is called Irish lace. So I'll call it Irish lace, but I don't know that for a fact. I have a number of these little corner pieces. I don't know what else to call them, but they're sweet. Anything little and dainty. There's some more of those little flowers. Oh, and here are some of them all together. I bet I got this when it was all together and it came with a few loose pieces. Can you imagine putting that on a wedding dress or a fine handkerchief, even around the edging of a handkerchief? Just lovely work, gorgeous work. They're so dainty and old that I really do try to keep these all perfectly straight in my box so that they'll stay tidy and neat. Let me set these around here. This is a crocheted piece, and if correct with this Irish lace thing, these are raised up, but that's crochet. What do you think about these little lovelies? I don't know what they are. Little cherries hanging off of a little piece here. And the piece, as I looked at it closer, I'm not sure that this is not a machine embroidered piece or of tape like we had before, a tape lace or a soutache maybe trim here. But it has these little picots on it. And every other picot has a little bundle of cherries or whatever that is. I'll call them cherries. And they're just little puffs. Inside of them, I think it's just some wadding or something. And they're just so cute and delicate. I just love those. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. That's another one of those. These little pieces are sweet. And that's a different style right there. It's got a netting backing and embroider, looks like across the front, the top of it. Okay, here's some more favorites. do I say favorites to everything almost? These are little jewels to me. This little piece right here has 4 on it. And let me see if it's got a front and back that I can make out. I'll call that the front. Isn't that wonderful? I love stuff like this. This is the stuff I'm not going to use. I'm not going to glue this in a book. Of course not. This is the stuff that I love to play with, look at, just enjoy. And every once in a while, one time, have I used any of this, like one of those pieces of appliques and stuff. And that was on the wall hanging I made. That had my husband's favorite Bible verse on it. And I knew I was going to be keeping it, and keeping it in a very special manner in our home. And so I used something like that on there. And there are a number of pieces that were in this box that I did put on that particular wall hanging. Look how delicate these are. This was a gift in one of my little purchases. Isn't that cute? Little dainty pieces of gorgeous examples of appliques and embroidery. Let me show you these two up closer. Aren't they exquisite? Don't know if that'll focus or not, but that little starburst piece is so unique. That little tiny piece. And these, I just can't imagine it, but I think it really is. I believe these are cross-stitched, y'all, into what has been trimmed away, but you can still see the fabric down there. I don't know if I can get this in focus or not, and I cannot see the screen, but I'll give it a shot. Let's see. I hope that worked. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, I have a few of those. Some of those little pieces. There's a seller on eBay. No, I'm sorry. It's not eBay. It's Etsy. Yebisu. Yabisu. Something like that. Or Yabishu. I can't remember. I bought a number of these style appliques from that vendor, and I love them. I kept buying more and more. You'll see more in a minute. Where do I go next? Let's go over here. These are the inside of a flower, a crochet flower, a ring, and a ring of crochet that you can work from. A lot of times these were used in the laces as the decoration in a lace, like Battenberg lace. They had rings in them. The middle of most doilies has a ring in it. And then from a ring you can make little loops all the way around, and then you can go off of it in all the directions and make doilies. And so some little lady or some young girl made a number of these, and they were all strung together in a little box of laces that I bought a number of years ago now. And I just treasure them. They are so sweet. I love that. And plus the color, can y'all see the age colors in there? I just love that. I think that is beautiful. So I keep that in my little treasure box. I'm keeping those out because I have an envelope of these. I'm going to put those back into. If I knew enough about these laces, I would be able to tell you exactly what they are. Maybe one of y'all can do that for me. It's a lace that is done on this weave, and then the inside of a block is filled with stitching, and yet they are so delicate and intricate. Such a lovely design. They too needed to be in my treasure box. Okay, I see one in here that doesn't quite belong. It got in the wrong spot. Again, here's another example of an applique that is so exquisite. I can't say no. Who was it I was just talking to? I was writing back on a comment. Oh, Judy. I bet it was Judy. We say we just can't help ourselves, that lace is our weakness. I agree, Judy. Lace is my weakness. And I will never kick the habit, I think is also what I wrote. So, I have a few of those pretty pieces. Here's a sweet one. Is that what flower is that? What does that look like to y'all? I want to say something bell. What are those called? Anyway, just gorgeous. So delicate. Another example. Make sure I have the right side up. This has a pretty sheen to it too. The background fabric has almost a satiny, silky sheen to it. Oh, I bet that's the back. Nope, that's the back. That's the front. So pretty. And as I find these kinds of things, y'all, they're fewer and fewer, far between the finds of these, and the cost is just outrageous now for anything like this. So I don't get these much anymore, and that's okay. I have plenty to play with, and I get to share them with y'all. Isn't that a sweet one? A few more. This is an interesting one. I kind of wonder if I don't have pieces, for example, this one, and as well as these little ones here, that aren't intended to go into a larger work. And so they're the smaller pieces that were made, worked on, and set aside to go with other pieces to make a larger work that I do not have. But, well, lo and behold, there's the front right there. It doesn't matter to me. Each of these is sweet. Each of them is precious and so unique. I don't see these again. I splurged when I bought this one. It has a silky embroidery in the shape of a pansy, and then a flower, like a sunflower, around it. It was done in the center of a gorgeous lace, and that's very unique. And I have 3, it looks like, of those that are attached together. That's a sweet piece. It looks like it may have come off of a garment many years ago. Very sweet, unique. Here's another one I love a lot. And I love it because it's sheer. It has a number of pieces to it. And it's so delicate. And it's backwards. There we go. Am I correct, y'all, when I say this is like a lawn type of material? The summer dresses, the white summer dresses that float in the breeze at the picnics the girls used to go to on hot days. Anyway, I'm sure this used to be white once long ago, but it is a creamy cream now, as is everything pretty much in this box. And I'll need to fold that one back together. There's some more of these little ones. Let me just put one of these down. They're all the same. If I'm not mistaken, this is a bobbin lace. It's a woven back and forth, in and out. And those might actually be little bobbin laces. I'm not for sure on that. And when I locate my bobbins and my bobbin cushion, the bobbin pillow, lace making pillow, I'll show that to you someday. I haven't located it yet since we've moved. Don't know where it's at. And that kind of bothers me because I found everything else. This is a crocheted piece, very fine threads, made into a half of a flower, and then the pieces look like they were all sewn together with a little center on it, just kind of cute. Some more crocheted pieces, smaller ones, that Irish crochet I was telling you about with the little raised things. And these are so tiny, y'all. They're so cute. Look how small that one is. I have tried, I cannot crochet that small. I just always tear it up. There's a little bit of crocheted snowflake things, the beginning of a tablecloth or something. These are like jewels to me. I just absolutely love them. That is the front there. I don't even remember that I had this one. Isn't that sweet? Almost like an eyelet, but no holes. Well, yeah, right there. That might be a little eyelet piece. Don't remember where I got that one. Here's a few more. Somebody help me with the names of this one. I'm not sure what to call this one. The ones that have these blocks filled in. But they're delicate and sweet. Everything is so unique. Look at that one. It has some, it's almost a gold, dark gold, but it's got this cording thread running through it, and it has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's just exquisite. So delicate. There's another one of my little friends there. These are some organza or organdy, maybe. Maybe that's the word for that stuff. Organza? Help me out, y'all. So many of y'all have much better vocabulary when it comes to the fabrics and things. And I'm not that good with that because I never used it or wore it. So I'm really not sure. But they're gorgeous, aren't they? Just exquisite. So I hope y'all can see why I am so involved with lace. Anybody remember what this one is? With the picots on it? Tatting? Little tatted circles. Just that gorgeous color of age. Love that. Love those. Oops, these two. That's real sweet. Couple of old buttons in my little treasure box. Here's a special one, y'all. That one is loose. The rest of these are, I believe, all attached. So I'm going to leave them that way. This is a very delicate piece of, I want to say, a netting. And if it's not, then it was made to look like netting because I see threads that are running back and forth. And it may be that somebody took a little swatch of material and themselves went back and forth and formed each of these blocks, and then on the blocks embroidered with a beautiful thread these gorgeous flower motif. And it's on this arc. Can you imagine that on some beautiful piece of clothing or something? They were just gorgeous. I'm going to go through these a little quicker, I hope. And I'm just going to show you a few. That's probably a newer piece. I don't think that, well, I don't think it is as antique as some of these. Here are some eyelets. I'll put the lightest one down. It's a starched one. And then look at the pieces that were aged and their color. I couldn't resist. They're just, oh, love that stuff. And then look at these. Maybe an oak leaf or something. I don't know. But they're so unique. Here's a sweet piece. Look how delicate. Again, it's got a cording thread around it. And it looks like these threads are all that same corded thread, all round and around and around. Isn't that pretty? This is another of my very favorites, and I always want to keep these. They're an applique. I don't know. I guess you would put it on something. I used one of these as well on the wall hanging with the Bible verse on it. It's a little basket down here with the flowers coming up. I hope I have it the right direction. I think I do. And it's on a swag. And the swag has these edges on it, on the corners. And it almost looks like it was a banner, maybe, is a better word for it. Like on a banner or something. It's just, I never saw another one since that looked anything like it. I think they're just incredible. And that's, you can see why I just love, if I like lace, of course I'm going to love these examples. A few more examples. That one might have been the same as I had at the beginning. This little piece was so pretty, it had to come in here into my little box. I wish I had a lot more of that. So delicate. Beautiful. There's just a few of these little pieces. That's all together, that's why. That's sweet. Here's the last of the big ones, and then I'm going to show you an envelope. Oh, I already showed you this one. Can't come up with the name of that. The flower on that. It escapes me. And this is an old envelope. I love that size. But this is just an old envelope of, I'll just pull out a few. I guess these are some of the newer ones. I know I have other old envelopes that have, that have these in them. And I thought that's what this one was. So evidently the envelope that I'm looking for is not in this box. But I do have an envelope that has more of these in it. So now let's look inside the box. We'll see what it looks like. It is a board, wood box. I can't imagine trying to get a piece of wood to curve, but it is. And it's got a padded bottom in it. Very unique. That's why I tend to think that this is a French box. And that it does have some age on it. It just snaps together on the front. But I don't do it too much. I don't want that to break. Usually just leave it. So, anyway. thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoy the playing with pretties. And if you like it, tell me. I'll do a few more with laces, obviously, since that's pretty much all I have, or laces. That's not true. I have lots of laces, not all I have. But if you're interested in seeing some of the other stuff that you've seen in some of my videos, let me know, and I will do a playing with pretties with that. So thank you all for watching. I hope y'all have a great week. Take care.